Hey everybody, how's it going, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Now, this is another Sunday unboxing, I know. Don't worry, it's not going to be a whole series. But, I had something happen where, I'm not happy about it, but I needed to do something about it. So, as I've discussed, I have kind of two main running shoes that I do use. So, for a lot of my long distance stuff, I have the Hoka One One. I believe this is the Clifton. Does this say? Yep. So this is the Clifton 4. So I have my Hoka One One's Cliftons 4, and then I have my Nike Zoom Pegasus 32. Yeah, they're on 38. This shoe is like 6 years old, but like the treads still look pretty good on it. Which is absolutely crazy. However, I have to kind of limit how much I'm using this thing now, because, I talked about my Hamilton run, but the one thing I didn't talk about is this. So, with the old Nike Pegasus, you have Flywire. Well, this kind of happened. You see that? One of the Flywire straps broke. So, while I was tightening the shoe, it was worn down, so as I pulled the shoe tight, or pulled the laces tight, it just snapped. So I had to quickly think on my feet, just tied a simple granny knot on there, and it worked. It got me through the run, everything worked fine. Came home, like, okay, I'll try to fix this. And, just because of the amount of string that I lost going from the original loop to the knot, it doesn't fit through. So I'll show it again. So with all of these ones, you can see how they come up through and loop here. This is about the farthest I can get this one up, just due to the fact of how much string I did lose as I knotted that. So now that my everyday running shoes are kind of gone, I had to buy new things to replace them with. So these are the shoes I bought. So we got Saucony. That should be the right way for you guys. Saucony, and I also got Nike. Now with this, so I'm gonna show you the Mellow one first. So the Nike shoe that I got is the Quest 3. Now I didn't go for the waterproof ones. I just went for the standard ones. They have the kind of Pegasus look to it. It's like a Pegasus mixed with a Winflow, so I went for that. It's also at a lower price point, making it so that way, I could get these two shoes and still not break the bank. So on the side it says engineered for speed. Nike running. The one thing that I do like is the multicolor swoosh. That is nice. Now, one of the things that I realized when I tried it on is, I have not worn a fresh pair of running shoes in a while. Because when I put these on, so my feet are pretty wide. So putting on a lot of Nikes, I do wear a size 11, whereas my foot is actually the length of a 10.5. But it's just because my foot's so wide that I need that wider bed. So putting these on, they do have a pretty stiff arch area. So when I put them on, I could really feel that they were not broken in at all. These things, these Nike Zoom Pegasus 32, you can see how far over that mesh goes. And I've had these shoes for third year university. I got them in grade 11. So I've had them for like 6 years, 5 or 6 years. So those things are well broken in. So going to these, like, there was definitely a difference. Was it bad? No. Does it mean I have to break them in? Yes. So that will be one of the things, is I just have to break these in. Now, the reason I went for the Quest not only was the price point, however, also the padding or traction on the bottom, just because, you know, it's got that same traction style as the Pegasus 32. So I've become very comfortable with it. Whereas looking at some of the other shoes that are on the market right now by Nike, you know, their sole bottoms are kind of weird designs. I thought, you know what, I'm fine with the classic. I don't need anything fancy. If the shoe fits and I like the style on it and I don't need anything fancy for it, and why cough out all that extra money in order to get that? Now with the Quest 3, it does not have the Zoom foam like Zoom Pegasus and everything like that. It does, however, have a plate within it. So that you can see, I mean, these are fresh, but you can see how much that's barely bending. So it allows for a good sole strike and then a spring off. It also has a high ankle spur, and they've kind of been working on this, I've noticed, but you can see how on the heel it's more of a curl design, allowing for a better roll if you strike more towards your heel. I've been working a lot on trying to be a sole striker. That sounds funny. So that is shoe number 1, is the Nike Quest 3. Now, shoe number 2 is a little more fun. Now, the second shoe that I got, and I'm going to have fun saying this, is the Saucony Kinvara 8. This shoe is a couple of years older. However, you know, I gotta say, it's a nice shoe. So the reason I went for the Kinvara, you guys can't even see this, because like it's so bright that it's, one second, no, that's still bright. Like that is, you can tell how vibrant that shoe is, but like that's about its real color. So just put that back. Alright, so I have the Kinvara 8s. Now, as you can notice right away, compared to the Quest 3, it doesn't have as high of a mesh on it. So here on the Quest 3, you can see that it does go a fair bit higher. It goes about a centimeter, if not 2, higher. You can also see on the heels that if we were to put them flat, the heel spur is also another centimeter higher. Now, you know, that's a big thing I like from Nike, is how big their heel spurs are. But with the Sauconys, that is a big reason why I have not bought Saucony in the past. I have tried them on, however, it's just, I grew up with Nikes, so I've had that kind of feeling put into my brain when I put on a Saucony, and it's just like, it's a great shoe, but it doesn't have that ankle or that support that I'm used to. So these ones, they felt comfortable. They were at a decent price point, so I wasn't breaking the bank in order to, you know, get used to it. So these Nikes do have these Sauconys do have the Everrun feature, which is kind of a comparison to the Nike Zoom plate. So they have a plate in them as well, allowing, so like you can see, it's a bit stiffer. They also have pretty dense foam. Ooh, and a nice thing that they say on the back is it tells you how much of an offset it is. So this is telling me it's a 4mm offset. between the heel and your toes, which is nice. That is not a feature you see too often on a lot of shoes. Looking at the bottom, you know, as soon as I turned the shoe over, the first thing that popped in my head is my Hoka One Ones. Damn, I should really look at getting new Hoka One Ones. Why are they so bad? I don't know. But yeah, the bottom looks a lot like Hoka One One. I mean, they are light. This foam is dense. With, like, cause just grabbing, you can tell it's gonna stay there for a decent little while. And so the reason I went with the neon, just because it's neon, like, I've ran 5 years with an orange shoe. You know, the black shoe wasn't just gonna cut it for me. I needed something vibrant. But yeah, those are my two new shoes, the Saucony Kinvara 8 and the Nike Quest 3. Now, I will be doing reviews in the future on both of these shoes, just as, you know, it's hard to really talk about too much of it now as I'm doing an unboxing, but I will talk about these definitely in the future. With that all being said though, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Feel free to comment down below anything you want to see, anything you want to hear, anything you want to talk about. Feel free to also hit that like button, as well as to subscribe if you're new around here. But with that all being said, don't forget, don't party too hard, and I'll catch you guys again in the next video. Have a good one.